Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia. Welcome to our live video series. Now, if you've never joined us before, just so you know, we do a live video every single weekday at 2 o'clock and we focus on the Kia product. This one's going to be a little different. Usually we stay in this room, but we're going to go outside this room and we're going to talk about the all-wheel drive system on the Kia Telluride. Now, we really are live, so if you're not watching with us, things could happen. Like when we leave the room, who knows what will happen out there. So just keep in mind, we'll do our best with this. But I think you'll learn a lot. I think you'll see how this works, and I hope to earn your subscription. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to stay inside the vehicle. It actually sort of stopped snowing today. You can see we've got our lot fairly clear there. So we're going to go a couple places where it is still slippery, and we can sort of show you some of the all-wheel drive system at work. But there's a lot of things that I can show you that are inside the vehicle. So we're going to explain how the all-wheel drive system works. We're going to show you things inside the vehicle on how you can keep an eye on things. In the future, one thing we will probably do is get a camera outside of the vehicle to show you some of the other things. But because it's sort of cleared up a little bit and we've got most of the snow cleared and we're on dry pavement for most of this, then we're going to focus on what's inside the vehicle. So we spent about a half an hour on these live videos. If that's too long to watch, I apologize. But we will do the most in-depth explanation that you're going to see online, and I promise you that. So feel free, if you can't watch live, come back and watch later, grab some snacks, grab a beverage. We're going to be here for about a half an hour. Those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, if you want to get to the content of this video, just give us another minute and a half. Skip ahead to the 3-minute mark. That'll be where we start with the content. Because right now, what we're going to do is just let the regulars build. And if you want to know how to join us live, let me show you how to do that right now. Yes, Albert is warning me I should be wearing my glasses, and you're 100% right. I was only concerned about going in and outside today. It might get a little bit, they might get a little fogged up, and I want to make sure I can still see while I'm driving a car and filming, and there are people around. So if you want to join us today, let me just show you, or if you want to join us in the future, if you want to subscribe to our channel, just go to YouTube, search for Brantford Kia. You're probably already there right now. If you refresh the page at 2 o'clock, you're going to see our live video here on the home page. That's it right there. If you, for whatever reason, if you don't see it, click on this videos tab. That videos tab will take you to our live video as well. It'll be the very first video if you hit the videos tab. But because it's here on our home page, we're going to click that. We're probably going to watch an ad for a quick second. Leaf filter gutter protection. That would have been great before it snowed. All right, we're going to skip that ad. As you can see, there are comments here. I will come back to the comment section throughout the video. Through the middle section, I can only see what, through the middle section of this video, I can only see what shows up on my screen, and that is going to be something that shows up for a second and then very, very quickly disappears. I do miss comments throughout the video, but I will get back to them. So we're going to talk about that. 10 seconds to go here. As always, do me a favor, hit the like button. I just really want to earn likes. I think we can get to 40 or 50 likes in a live video on this type of video, so that's our goal. All right, 3 minutes in, here we go. What we're going to do today is we're going to explain to you how the all-wheel drive system works on the Telluride. It is very similar for most Kias. There are some extra features on Telluride. That's why we chose it. Then we're going to drive the vehicle out of here. We're going to go to an empty parking lot, show you a couple things, and then we're going to go on some grass, snow-covered grass, and show you some of the slip and some of the other stuff. We're doing it all from inside the vehicle because there are some displays inside the vehicle that can demonstrate what goes on. In a future video, and feel free to subscribe, in a future video when it is more snowy outside, we'll do the same thing and we'll film from outside the vehicle. I'll get someone else to drive it and I will help narrate what's going on. So don't worry, we're going to do the video that you want, but this is just a precursor and I think you'll learn quite a bit here. All right, all-wheel drive systems on a Kia. A lot of vehicles, all of our all-wheel drive, well, I shouldn't say all of our all-wheel drive systems. Forget the Stinger. All the rest of our all-wheel drive systems are front-wheel drive bias. So what that means, it's essentially going to try to move the power to the front wheels. However, a lot of front-wheel drive vehicles have what's called a slip and grip system. This wheel will start spinning before that wheel will be sent traction. That is not what Kia has. So a slip and grip system, this wheel has to lose traction before sending power to the rear wheels. The reason that's dangerous and not what you want is because if you're going around a corner, this wheel starts losing traction, you start drifting off course, and then this wheel, which might have traction, gains power and pushes you more off course. You're going to see the difference. What happens is there's always at least some power to the rear wheels, at least 5%, but probably more than that. You're going to see in a bar graph demonstration that there is some power on the rear wheels. And as you maintain traction, you will move that power back to the front. It will move power front and back all the time. Now, this car has drive modes. We'll talk about that really quickly. Drive modes and terrain modes. We have 2 cars with drive modes and terrain modes. Let me just show you in here. Okay, so really quickly, I'm not going to turn the car on yet. The SUV on yet. I'm just going to turn it to the on position right now. We'll start it up when we open the door and head outside. If you are Americans, you may not notice this is part of our Telluride. So what we have here is Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Smart mode. You can see they move. If I turn this without getting in the way, Smart mode there. So now if you go to the terrain modes, you press down and you have snow, mud, and sand. Now we might hit some mud today. We're definitely going to hit some snow today. What a lot of people get confused about is they think you must be in snow mode to have all-wheel drive. We're going to prove that wrong today. We're going to demonstrate why that's not the case. So why have a snow mode if you don't need to put it to snow mode to get all-wheel drive? Great question. The snow mode is essentially a drive mode that works best with the all-wheel drive system in snow. So you're going to see here the all-wheel drive system. The way I have it set up here is those will become bar graphs when we turn on the vehicle. I'm going to be as steady as I can, but keep in mind, coronavirus, I have to be alone in the vehicle while I'm doing this. So I'll be as steady as I can, and you're going to see the bar graph switch here up and down as we go through. You can see if I zoom in here, you do see it's in snow mode right now, and we're going to talk about what that means. I am going to demonstrate a couple other little features in this car because these are cold weather related features. One thing I'm a huge fan of is I believe I have this car set up for, yes, I think I do. The car is set up for if it is cold outside, this heated seat will come on, and if it's really cold, the heated steering wheel will also come on when I start the car. You can also have it set up so the same setup actually. If it's hot outside, it will automatically turn on your ventilated seat. So if you're like me in the winter, you get in, you hit the start button, you hit your heated seat, you hit your heated steering wheel. There's no need to do that in a Telluride. You hit the start button. If it's cold outside, it will warm up your seat already, and it will also warm up your heated steering wheel. Now, this car has what's called UVO intelligence. Those are these buttons up here. That's how you can tell. Basically, it has a cell phone app. The cell phone app can remote start the car. When you remote start this car, the I believe heated seats in this car. Some of our cars don't have the heated seats on that, but the engine starts, the temperature goes to whatever you set it to. Heated steering wheel can turn on, and in some cases, the heated seat can also turn on. We're not using that feature today, but it is a cold weather feature that you should know about, and it's kind of a cool feature. All right, so what we're going to do here is we are going to leave. What I'm going to do is I'm opening my garage door in front of me, and we're going to show you how some of these drive modes work. Now, I am going to put my seatbelt on so it doesn't ding. We are not going to drive on the roads, and bear with us if we drive into, not into, but if we drive near some people, we will take our time for a second. Okay, vehicle starts up. There we go. We can see the dash. All right, engine's running. There we go. So we're going to pull out of here, and this one does not have a heads-up display, so you're not going to see that. That's okay. But we're just going to pull out nice and slow. Again, filming while driving, not the safest thing to do. I did clear this with my boss. I'm not sure if his insurance will cover anything I do right now, which is always fun. All right, so what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm going to close the garage door. I want to show you, let me just turn the radio on or radio down. I want to show you one cool feature while we're here. It is this view button here. I'm going to hit that view button, and you're going to see in the dash. Those of you who know, this car has a rear view camera, but you can see you can hit the view button at slow speeds, and it is a front view camera as well. And you can see as I turn the wheel, it tells me where the vehicle is going to go, roughly the front wheels and also roughly the rear wheels, what it's going to hit with the rear wheels. So that 360 camera is pretty cool, and you can use it when you're parking forward. Now, one thing I'm going to do is just show you right here. I'm going to pull forward towards this vehicle here. And the nice thing is I can see that line in front of the vehicle. I am crooked. Hey, I'm driving while looking at a camera, but I can look at the actual camera myself. You can see I can stop right on that line. So if that's a brick wall, I'm going to miss it. And you can also see I'm not centered in the lanes, and that's a super helpful feature. Now, when I pull out of the lanes, I'm going to go to reverse now. You can see those lines are in front of me on the 360 camera. Put it in reverse. Check them out. I'm going to definitely hit the vehicle beside me with my front end, which means that's not a good way to drive. And you can see it basically follows that line exactly. So pretty nifty feature there, something you should keep in mind. And these are some of the things I can demonstrate when we leave the video bay. Try not to smash other vehicles. That's a pretty good piece of advice. All right, one other thing I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn my signal on right now. That is the right side of my vehicle because I signaled right. This over here is the left side of my vehicle because I signaled left. That is my blind spot monitor. It is very, very clear. It doesn't film well, but it is exceptionally clear. And you can see your blind spots when you're in drive and you're driving forward. Now, check out this drive. We're going to go to a parking lot here. You can see as I started out, all of those bar graphs became live. Now, we're going to show you that better in a second when I get to a parking lot that is people-free, vehicle-free, and everything else. So bear with me here. We're going around the back of our dealership, going on a field trip. Like I said, not really sure if I'm covered by insurance anymore. I think this is just my boss somewhat trusting me. You can see we cleared the snow very well today. So that's why we're going to do some driving in the grass in a minute over there. So like I said, if you want to see us outside the vehicle, we will do some of that outside the vehicle driving. But I want to show you some of the things that you can see inside the vehicle. All right, I'm hitting my brakes right now. I'm going to try to watch just the road. Ice possible, drive with care. That's a warning that you can set to come on or off at 4 degrees Celsius. That's what we're looking at. I'm going to do my best to keep it in drive now. Now, remember what I said. This is not a slip and grip system. It's not like the front wheels are going to slip before the rear wheels grip. Isn't it the parking lot I used to shoot video in? That's absolutely the parking lot I used to shoot video in. At least before the video bay, this is where we used to film. So right now, when I give it the gas, you're going to see these areas light up in red. Now I'll try to keep the camera steady as I can, but I want you to pay attention to what's actually going on. We're going to do this several times so you'll see it. Right away, as soon as I give it the gas, it's almost 50-50. I give it more gas, and you can see it's basically a 50-50 mode. We are in the snow mode right now, and it was basically 50-50 the entire way. We'll spin around here again. We'll do the same thing. Let's put it in a different mode now, just to prove to you that you don't have to be in snow mode for the all-wheel drive system to work. Let's put it back in the drive mode. We're going to put it in the smart mode. So you can see we switched it to smart mode there. Watch the same thing again. You're going to see, as we give it the gas, same thing. It will move power back, but it's always, always, always on. Put the car in reverse for a second, because we're going to go back in reverse. Let me just make sure there's nobody behind me. We are good. Give it the gas again, and you can see front and rear power both get that. The auto start stop. Oh yeah, you guys are talking about the auto start stop. The auto start stop is not going to activate until this car is fully warmed up, or there will be a variety of reasons. It's not activating for me right now, but it may activate through this thing. So I want to show you again. It doesn't matter what drive mode you're in. We'll do this a couple times so you can see it, and we will take questions in a second. Just backing up just gently here. I'm going to go down to this little loading dock behind us, so just so you see where we're headed. We're going down a loading dock. Now we're going to be on an incline, or my nose is up. So when I drive out, I'll be driving uphill. Let's stop right there. So again, we have traction here. We're going to look at this as I release, give it some gas. Same thing, about 50-50 power. And if I give it lots of gas, it gives me 50-50 power. So that, again, does not matter the drive mode you're in. It's a huge feature that people don't realize. And when I'm driving, if I drove on the roads, you would see the power move from front to rear and from rear to front. Now, as I get up to speed, it's going to move. This bar graph will go down. That bar graph will increase because it'll go primarily front-wheel drive at speed. However, it is not doing that right now. It's staying at a 50-50 or so. And if I drove a little faster, it would start cutting back. That is a huge benefit because no matter what drive mode, G-forces are turning my camera here. No matter what drive mode I'm in, you're going to see all four wheels have traction. So again, a lot of our competitors, front wheel drive system, or even like the Ford Explorer, is a rear wheel drive system that has to manually engage or automatically engage the front wheels. And it will have to have some slip before the front wheel grips. These ones, huge difference, no matter what you do, no matter what drive mode you're in. We'll put it in sport mode now. Let's just reverse for a second again. We'll show you that 360 camera again. I am going to watch not the camera, so if I get it off center, that's okay. I just want to make sure I'm not going to crash us into anything. So we'll put it in sport mode. You'll see the same exact thing. So what this means is no matter what, when you are driving, put it in sport mode right now. So we've got the most power. We're in sport mode. I don't know if you can see that. We'll zoom in a little bit. I'll try to keep it steady. Oops, sorry, I'm touching your comments here instead. There we go. So I'll try to keep it as steady as I can. We're in sport mode. Watch the graphs again. Same thing exactly. Driving quite fast now. You can see the speedometer. And hit the brakes here. Let me just zoom back out. So that is a huge, huge feature here with the all-wheel drive system that people don't realize, but I want to show you sort of how it works. When it's snowier, we'll go in the parking lot and we'll demonstrate that again. What I'm going to do now is back up onto the snow and we'll drive into the snow. So this will be fun. I get to drive some tracks in the snow, maybe some mud. We might have to try the mud mode because it's pretty muddy right there. All right. 40 kilometers an hour is not a lot, but it is enough. I just want to make sure I'm paying attention here. There's a pole there. We're good. I should not be filming and driving. That's definitely the case. So I'm going downhill now, backwards, which means I'm going to have to drive through snow. Now, anybody who knows snow, I know sometimes we have some visitors from California. If we are driving in snow, you can see this is mud and snow ahead of us. Everybody who is Canadian understands exactly what I'm driving through right now. You can see there's mud in the tracks right there. So snow is very slippery, and snow and mud and grass is very slippery as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it in the snow mode, which is where we are right now. And I want you to watch this gauge right here as we drive over across the road onto, or across the driveway there. Let me just clear this up. So drive across the driveway onto that grass and snow over there. Now that snow, of course, has not been plowed. This area has been. We've dumped some snow over here. You can watch the all-wheel drive system right now. So ready? Here we go. In snow mode, gentle gas, not slipping at all because all four wheels are equal. Same thing over here, big bumps coming up. Now I'm in deep snow. Now I can definitely feel this is worse than before. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram this morning, but this is a much deeper snow. Now, if I slide, I'm going to slide into those poles, or I'm going to slide into those poles. It's very important that I don't wait for slippage to occur before my rear wheels engage. We're going to drive straight through here, and you're going to see the difference of me being able to go straight through there by watching this. So I'll try to show you the whole view here. I do have to watch the road, so bear with me if, or watch where I'm driving. So bear with me if I have a little bit of area. This here is flickering in your camera. It's not flickering in real life. It's just the LED backlighting. Now you can see it's clear. But we're going to try to drive here. All right, here we go. Driving forward, not slipping. A little bit of slip, traction control. But I never, ever, ever steered sideways. So you can see how that works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drive off the curb here because this Telluride has plenty of ground clearance to drive off the curb. And you can see when I turn the wheel, same thing. I'm turning the wheel. I'm just a hair on the throttle, turning it sharp. Same thing. I've got power to all the wheels, a little tiny bit more to the front. And we're going to jump off here. Now, I shouldn't drive on the road, but we're going to do that anyways. Jumping off the curb here. Oh, there we go. We're off the curb. So now we're going to get arrested because I'm doing something I definitely was not given permission to do. I'm driving on the road. But you can see as we stop here and take a peek. Let me just zoom out here. Let me just work my camera around. See how perfectly straight our lines were? Let me put my window down for a second. Perfectly straight lines. And that is because we had perfect traction the whole way. It doesn't look straight on camera, but trust me, it is a straight line. So that is all due to having great traction because of the all-wheel drive system. All right, we're going to jump back inside now. Bear with me as we drive through the parking lot here. If you guys have questions, I'm going to answer them as best I can. Hopefully that was a good demonstration of what we've done. Let me just stop and zoom the camera out for a second. There we go. Camera's out. We are going to go back inside. I might take the vehicle. Yeah, we'll take it inside. Going to have to clean the floors anyways. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of how the all-wheel drive system works. We'll talk about it again in a second as we come inside to the garage here, or to my video bay. Just get over to the side here. Anybody looking for a Seltos? We're probably going to do some Seltos videos tomorrow. So if you have questions about that, we'll do that live at 2 o'clock. Just opening the garage door right now. Going to check that backup camera again. Now, I'm going to not necessarily drive looking through the camera because that's probably not safe. So if I go a little off center, that's why. All right, door is high enough to get through. Easy because I'm tight to the left side. This is what I do every day around 1:45. Okay, we're back in the bay. We're going to turn the vehicle off. We're going to shut the garage door. We're going to go back to your questions. You will not see this anyplace else. Buy here. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let me just go over to my questions. Just want to show you I'm still here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take your questions now. I know there's probably some comments and some questions that I missed. The only thing I'm going to ask for is hit the like button. I've been here for 20 minutes already, trying to do something that nobody else has done. We will show you this outside. Like, we'll take a vehicle outside in the snow when it's more snowy. I'll get someone else to drive the vehicle. I'll show you the wheel slip. I'll show you those kind of things. Today, it sort of thawed out a little bit more, so that's a good reason to subscribe to us if you want to see more. Let me just jump into your questions here, see what we've got. About 3 inches deep. Yeah, that's probably fair. 3-4 inches deep, maybe, on that snow. Let me just see if there's anything I missed. If you guys see a question that I should have answered, feel free to ask it again at the end of the thing. Which dealerships in the States would do vehicle videos like this? You know what? This is why we do it. We do our best to do videos for you guys that nobody else is doing. And we do it live so we can take your questioning. Let me just see. Standard blind spot collision technology. Yep, let's travel. There we go. What's that orange A there? Yes, that orange A was the auto stop start. So it would go green if the vehicle turned itself off. It stayed orange because it was not going to turn itself off. Mostly because I was using heat, I think. Smart mode, great to adjust various slippery situations. 40 kilometers an hour. That's what we hit in the parking lot. So you can see, hit the post and gain 500 points. Yeah, exactly. So we didn't hit the post. We didn't get 500 points. All right. Is there any question? I'll come out and drive it while you shoot me driving. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Is the all-wheel drive system the same in the States? Sort of. So when you guys launched in the States, I don't know if for 2021 you guys have upgraded your car, but we had a system that you did not have. So you basically in the States did not have this drive mode system. Let me just turn the vehicle to on again. Um, so while the all-wheel drive system works the same, the terrain mode function here you don't have. You couldn't change your drive mode to a snow mode. I will just show you one other thing. Oh, look, it's the Hallmark channel. That's nice. As I'm changing these modes, you can see the graphics there. It's a mud graphic. Right here is a sand graphic. It changes the color. You can see it's sitting on sand, sitting on mud, and sitting on snow. Kind of a cool graphic. And then if I go to the drive modes, comfort mode is like a nice little pillow. Eco mode is, I guess that's eco. And sport mode, racetrack in red. And or the smart mode is, I guess, logic board printing something. Anyways, just so you know. So yeah, in the States, you did not have this to start. I don't know if you gained this over to the 2021 time. But like I said, the all-wheel drive system works in every drive mode. The snow mode just prioritizes the drive, so the shift points, the throttle position, those kind of things, and the auto-wheel drive system to work together. So that is a really big advantage here. I will say with every Kia, you do not have to touch anything. If you turn from a paved road onto a snowy road, you do not have to adjust anything at all. The all-wheel drive system will work. It will move power forward as it senses that it has traction. If it's not sure if it has traction, it's going to give you all-wheel drive traction. So the reason it moves power forward is for fuel efficiency reasons. You don't want to always drive all wheels. That's not great for fuel efficiency. So, and if you're going down the highway, you don't really need all four wheels driving. You just need the front wheel driving. But once you get to lower speeds, and if you're turning and that kind of thing, if you're going onto a highway ramp, you're going to notice that the drive wheels will move from the drive wheels just in the front. It'll move power backwards, just going around a corner. So as you turn the steering wheel, that can also affect the all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive lock mode is great for improved stability. So the all-wheel drive lock mode, let me just talk about that for a second. Does this car have it? I believe it does. Many of our cars do. There's a Sportage that does here. Actually, let's just look at this Sportage for a quick second because it's got a button as well, just to show you that not all of our cars are identical. This all-wheel drive button here, that's an all-wheel drive lock button. Now, I want to clarify what that does because there's a lot of misconceptions about that all-wheel drive lock button. Same thing. That car, the Sportage here, actually, we'll just take a look at that for a second. Sportage is the same thing, front-wheel drive bias vehicle, but it starts in all-wheel drive and it will move the power forward, like it moves the power away from the rear wheels as it senses that you maintain traction. Now, what happens with that lock button is every single wheel on the car spins at the exact same speed. That can be a bad thing because if we go around a corner, as you saw, the inside wheel takes a shorter route than the outside wheel. What happens in like something a Jeep Wrangler or something like that with the manual all-wheel drive, it does the same thing, but going around the corner, you're going to see some wheel hop and some skip and some transmission bind or some driveline bind, and you're going to see the wheels skidding a little bit. So what this car does is if you turn sharp in that four-wheel drive lock mode, it will actually disengage it for you. If you go above 30, I believe it's 30 kilometers an hour, it would automatically disengage that. We got spam going on here. Who should we? Let me do another 21. I'll do that. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. So when you put in that lock mode, it will disengage in various times. The only time you really need to use that lock mode is if you're buried in snow and you want every wheel to turn exactly. What I recommend to everybody else, I've been driving in snow for all my life, is let the all-wheel drive system do its thinking for you. Don't try to outsmart it by putting in that four-wheel drive lock mode because generally that will work better than you putting it in that lock mode. If you're completely stuck, that lock mode is something to try out and it can get you. It also works maybe a little bit better in some mud conditions, but in snow, the system's designed for snow, both of these cars, and that is a better system for snow. So real quick, we're 25 minutes in. I'm going to check the questions right now. I'm trying to get to 30 likes today. I was trying to get to 40. Obviously, I was getting a little greedy. So let's try to get to 30 likes today. Do me a favor, just hit the like button. It costs you nothing to do, and it really makes a big difference to me. I'm hoping to make a difference to what you can learn about our cars. I'm hoping that you'll make a difference to me by hitting the like button, and I appreciate the few of you that just did that. When will I do a 2021 Stinger review? Soon. We have Stinger sitting here. We can do that. Does the radio, audiobooks, and podcast? The radio have audiobooks and podcasts. I use that through Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. That's the only way that I know how to do that. I've never tried it any other way. So again, you get audiobooks on your phone through Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You can do it that way. So hopefully that helps. What else we got? Is there any other questions that I missed about the all-wheel drive mode? Do you think the Celtos could do that? Do what? Unknown. You asked, could the Celtos do what? Is the older system the same states? We talked about that. If you're talking about could the Celtos do everything we did, absolutely, without any issue. So the demo we did driving on the grass there with the snow, the Celtos would perform the exact same way. And like, if you guys like this video, just like literally hit the like button. Then as we get more snow this winter, I'm going to do the same types of things with our Celtos, with our Sportage, with our K5. I'll take our K5 in some deep snow as we can do that. We just need to have the right amount of snow. Can you show us how the black copper looks on the Telluride, please? I could, but this isn't the black copper. This one is the green that sort of looks brown at sometimes certain angles. Certainly under these lights, it can change the color. I don't have a black copper one in stock. When I do have one, I'll absolutely show you. Colors never show up perfectly on camera, but that's a color that I'm very interested in seeing and hopefully getting on video. So I will definitely do that when we have that in. Have you ever used cruise control in the snow? I have. You shouldn't. So cruise control in the snow can be dangerous because you want to keep control of snow. In snow, if you're driving in snow, you want to make sure you control your own speed, not that. This one has safe exit assist. You're absolutely right, it does. So safe exit assist, just while we're on it, if you've got kids in the car, safe exit assist is something you really want to think about. We have a safe exit warning, and what that does is, if you have blind spot detection in modern Kia, you'll have the little warning light in the mirror. That warning light goes off because there's a radar back here that can see me in your blind spot. Now, as you're backing up, that same radar plate can sense me coming this way, and it can warn the driver because maybe they can't see me, and it can warn me. Now, safe exit assist, same thing, uses the hardware here, and if a car is coming up by, it will warn you and lock this rear door so that your child can't step out into traffic. Super safe thing. If we're talking about winter safety, might as well talk about child safety as well, and that is a great safety system. A couple questions just came in. I missed them, so let me just go back to my computer and take a quick look. We will see what you got. What happens to the advanced safety systems in the wet snow if sensors get covered or blocked? Does it give a warning and shut off? Okay, this is a really good question. This happened to me this morning, and what happens is, so let's talk about safety systems. Two of the forward safety systems, these are the ones you got to really watch in the snow. You have lane keeping assist, lane follow assist, forward collision warning. There's a camera right up there. See that little V right there? Let me just zoom in A, I guess. That little right there. That is a camera looking forward. That is your lane keeping assist. It also, partially what it does is it watches vehicles in front of you. And it can see various things in front of you, and it can assist you in stopping. So in other words, it is capable of applying the brakes and capable of stopping to avoid a collision. Now in the snow, it's going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and then jam on the brakes. If you don't have traction, you're going to hit that person. The idea, or that vehicle or whatever else it is, the idea that it at least minimizes a condition. If that camera is blocked, that system's not going to work that well. Now that camera is within the sweep of the windshield wipers, so that's not likely to be an issue. Down here though, many of our cars have this radar plate. That radar plate does the same type of thing. It looks for things in front of you. It's part of your forward collision warning system. It's also part of your smart cruise control. In an EV, it's part of the automatic setting for your regenerative braking. This tends to get covered with slush in slushy road conditions, and it did for me this morning. If that gets covered, the radar can't see through. You get a warning light in your dash that says a little triangle with an exclamation mark and says forward collision warning system is blocked or inoperative, and, does not work. We all know, if you own these cars, you understand why that is, and we just clear that radar plate, restart the car, and it works perfectly fine. But that is something to keep in mind, that forward collision warning system. In other words, the ability for the car to jam on the brakes itself can get blocked with that system. Same with your smart cruise control. Now, here's the benefit. Like I said, in the winter weather, if it doesn't work, that's kind of fine, because by the time it's going to automatically brake, if you have that much slush covering it up, you also don't have enough traction to make any real difference. It's going to jam on the brakes too late, and you're going to hit the person anyways. It's designed to work best in dry climate or dry roads. It will work in the wet roads, but if it's snow covered, By the time it hits the brakes, you're going to slide in at the same speed you were going anyways if it's snow-covered roads. Now, smart cruise control, again, shouldn't really use cruise control in the slippery conditions. So if that gets covered up, same thing. So you'll get a warning saying it doesn't work. Now, for my perspective, that's not a concern that it doesn't work in those conditions because you can't rely on it in those conditions. So hopefully that makes some sense. Cross traffic alert worked great. It does. My favorite features on the Telluride? Oh, lots of them. Lots and lots of features. I was just demonstrating this with a new salesperson we had today. I don't know. There's a lot. The safety features are great on this car. Wow, that's a hard question. There's so many, and we're already 30 plus minutes into this video. We'll do that. We'll talk about my favorite features during December. Maybe that's one of the best videos we should do. Peter's favorite features of the Kia cars. So we'll do that this month. That's a good December video. Does it have the latches on all rear seats? I believe it does. The outboard for sure. Oh, you're saying the third row. I'm not sure. I think so. Latch system here on the outside. So let me just show you. Latch system there and there. It is on the outside and that outside, which means that you can use the outside pieces for the center row. So you would have it there. Does it have it in the third row? That's a great question. I left a snow brush in here just in case I needed it, but so we'll have to move that out of the way. You can put child seats in the rear here because you do have, you have the top tether. So I believe it has that the whole way across because those are child safety. Oh, just on the middle and left side. So this one here is just a hook. So it looks like not the right side seat here, but it looks like you can use it there and there and there and there. So yeah, so all but the far right side is my guess on that latch system. But good question. I didn't know that off by heart. So yeah. All right, 24 likes, 28 people are on. Usually we have 150 to 190 people on these videos. Today we might have some more. We'll double check that. But do me a favor, all 28 of you, if you all hit the like button right now, I'm going to be well over 30. I was trying to get to 40 likes, and I guarantee you the 29 people on right now will get me to the 40 likes. Also, don't use cruise control in heavy rain because it could be slippery. Same thing exactly. Yeah, cruise control, heavy rain can be a little bit of an issue. So there we go, guys. We did an all-wheel drive demonstration. We stayed in the car. Like I said, if I can earn your subscription, we're going to take some of these other vehicles out when we have a little bit more snow. When we got here this morning, it was a fairly wet snow. It's easy to melt and easy to plow, or easy to, once it's plowed, to stay melted. But we will definitely do this, and I will film outside the vehicles. We'll do different ways of doing these things. So hopefully you guys are willing to do that. Hit the like button for me and tell me what you want to see, and we'll do that. I want the Telluride to be the first car I bought, the SX with Nightfall and Prestige. Sounds like a great option. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. We will see you again live tomorrow at 2 o'clock.